Morning everyone, welcome to the start of another week. It's a very nice Monday morning, a bit windy, but the sun's up. As you can see from what I'm wearing, it's getting a bit warmer. No more need for gloves, beanies or jackets. Spring's definitely on the way. Some of the early trees are flowering. I've seen some of the migratory birds back, so warmer conditions are definitely on the way. I'm up in the northern part of the reserve. I'm looking for the open males and our young male leopard, and then I'm going to venture further south. It's just myself out this morning, but let's go and see what we can get. Just managed to find the two Koppies females and their cubs. Just got the one female in picture here now. The cubs are coming out of the thickets. Two more of the cubs. I saw quite a lot of cubs as I was driving up the road here. They've just come out of a little two-track where there's a small pan close to Honeyguard Camp, and that's where they're doing a lot of their drinking lately. There's another cub coming up. So I didn't manage to count how many there were. Beautiful backlight on these little youngsters. You can hear the other cubs below with one of the other females busy drinking milk. Quite in a difficult spot here. It's quite eroded, almost like a big donga area, and the other female's gone down there and she's suckling some of the cubs down there. That Franklin just got the fright of his life. Being chased by one lion cub, and there's two other little cubs waiting there for him. Elder of the two lionesses has come up the bank. Very close to my vehicle here, maybe I'd say about 3 or 4 meters, so 12 foot. And all the cubs are coming up now, so we'll get a good idea of how many cubs we have here. So if you remember, the Koppies had 7 cubs. can see the 7th cub coming up, so that's great news. We've still got 7 cubs with these 2 Koppies females. They're climbing a tree at the back, that youngster. Incredible that this mother's so relaxed to let me just sit here within, like I said, only a couple of meters from their cubs. It's a real privilege to be able to just spend some time with them. Yeah, they're very curious, these youngsters. Curious about the vehicle. They're just begging this lioness for some milk. Just like the Narus, these cubs are all in very, very good condition. Guys, I'm going to leave these 2 females and their cubs. Like I said earlier, what a privilege to be able to be so close to them, to have these females allow us to get this close. We've been really, really spoilt the last few months with the Narus and the Koppies, to have incredible lion cub viewing. These females finally allowed them to suckle. So on the road I stopped to look at quite large male leopard tracks, and I just had a quick look around and managed to see this impala hanging in the tree here. The tracks were for a very large male leopard. This is a very big male impala that I'm presuming he's put up the tree here. He's eaten quite a bit of it, so I'd say probably killed it very early last night. Maybe by the tracks it's the Wonga male. We all know that he's a little bit shy. But this is good news, at least we know. I mean, this is a lot of meat still left here. So this leopard could stay here still for another 24 hours at least, finishing off this carcass, so we'll definitely come past here again. Just managed to actually see this male. A little bit shy, it has walked away from me. You can just see it there hiding behind that fallen over tree. Obviously not the greatest view for now, but at least there's the leopard. Judging by the head, it does look like a big male. Got a nice herd of impala here, close to main dam. You can see that quite a few males are now mixing with the female herds. The breeding season obviously ended a few months ago, and these females are now pretty much halfway through their pregnancy. You can see little bumps on some of them with the little lambs developing inside them. They usually start to give birth in this area, usually from about sort of middle of November. Now the interesting thing with impalas, got an incredibly successful breeding strategy because they were all mated with in sort of a 1 month period. When they start giving birth, they'll all start giving birth throughout this month or sort of 6 weeks, 8 week period, where a lot of these females will just be dropping their offspring. And the average number of impalas throughout Kruger on a yearly basis is sort of between 130 to 140,000 impala. But during this dropping of the lamb season, the population goes up to just over 200,000. So they are very successful in their breeding. It's a very clever strategy. Obviously, a lot of these youngsters will be eaten by the obvious predators, but also by animals like baboons, large male baboons, some of the larger eagles in the area, even African rock pythons. So because they give birth in this mass, a lot of these youngsters do get taken, but because a lot of them are born together, a lot of them will still survive. The predators can't kill and eat all of them. I'm just sitting at Wild Dog Dam, busy ending my drive at the waterhole here. There's a few zebra, some waterbuck, wildebeest, and you can hear the woodpecker tapping away in the background. Turned out to be a very productive morning. We were hoping to find the orphan males and see how they're doing, but instead got the Koppies and their cubs, a beautiful sighting of them, and then lucky to get that male leopard with the impala in the tree. We didn't have a great sighting of the leopard, but a sighting of him nonetheless, and that impala is probably going to be in that tree for about another 24 hours. So we'll definitely go past there again, and if we get any good footage or anything worthwhile, we'll definitely share it with you guys. So another great morning out here in the Manyeleti, nice, peaceful. It's actually got nice and warm as well. The temperature is probably about 28 degrees at the moment. It's only 10 a.m. and they're expecting about 32 degrees Celsius. So spring's definitely on the way and summer not too far behind. So thank you for joining me once again, and we'll see you again on Wednesday.